Welcome, ladies and gentlemen.
Hello.
Yes, hello. And hello to all of you ghouls and goblins out there, and all you crazy cool cats. I know I'm sounding like a jazz fanatic.
Freaks and geeks.
There you go, freaks and geeks.
Yeah.
To another chilling weekend of horror, non-stop, heart-pulsing, thrilling action. But maybe not so jam-packed with craziness.
Maybe a little more subtle horror this weekend.
Subtle horror indeed. Something that's more of a hallmark to the genre of art horror.
Ooh. A movie that could be considered the Satan mother of demonic films, such as The Omen and The Exorcist.
Yes. Yes, I think that is correct. But the day that today is.
What day could that be, my dear?
Could it be Saturday Night's Nightmare? Yes, that's right. Welcome to Saturday Night Nightmare. Ladies and gentlemen, we are your hosts for the evening to give you all these great, fantastic, classic horror movies and give you our reactions to them. And I know you like them.
Yeah, you too.
But tonight, we are going to be watching, as we were playing off each other with that whole thing, something that's very classic. As she said, considered the satanic mother, or the Satan mother, right?
Yeah,
something like
whatever
that.
the play on Godmother would be. Yeah.
The demonic mother.
The ungodly mother.
The ungodly mother.
There it is.
Of demonic movies.
Demonic movies.
Yes, that's right. Demonic movies. And none other, the movie that we're talking about, is Rosemary's Baby. That's correct, guys. Rosemary's Baby is literally, it's one of the quintessential movies that every horror movie buff have to watch. They have to. It's one of the most respected movies out there that started a genre that is still going on today. And it's still scaring the pants off of people today.
Most pregnant women will not watch this movie while they're pregnant.
Yeah.
It gives them nightmares.
Yeah. Like this, like you said, this movie inspired things like The Exorcist.
It opened the doors, yeah.
Yeah, even if we want to talk about movies, even not as recent, but probably in the last decade or two, movies like Paranormal Activity.
Yep. The Conjuring.
The Conjuring, yes. Movies like that.
Yeah.
These movies are inspired by this particular movie. It's been dubbed as giving the themes of, women liberation, of course, pregnancy, Christianity, the occult, all that other stuff. And
a little controversial.
Yeah.
When it came out, because of those reasons, because it was you're invoking devils and this, that, and the other thing, and of course that was kind of looked down upon, and the movie got a little flack and was considered cursed as a result. And of course, the controversy is on there too because of who directed it, Mr. Roman Polanski.
Yes.
Who, a year after this was filmed, lost his pregnant, beautiful wife, Sharon Tate, at the hands of the Manson family murders, along with several friends of theirs. And then he had some kind of child pedophilia stuff happen later on in his life in Europe.
And that's a horror in itself. So
shall we begin on the 1968 classic starring Mia Farrow?
That's correct.
At the time, Frank Sinatra's wife.
Yes.
in
Rosemary's Baby.
A lot of television and radio. Gee, I watch TV all day long. I'll bet I've seen him. Wow. I hate this basement.
Wow.
You know, me too.
I just noticed
Just
something.
creeps. Say, listen, why don't we come down here together regularly?
Everything else
Okay, that'd be great.
on sound
I have a good luck charm.
went
It
low,
might work for both of us.
while that point went
Yep.
high.
Uh-huh.
And then when it focused back on them, you can see the sound just,
Mrs.
like,
Cassidy,
the sound guys, they brought it back up
Yep.
It's got some stuff in
as they started talking. It was crazy.
Get back now, will you please? Get back, there's nothing to see. Oh. Get back.
God damn!
Get back.
Fun fact.
Killed herself.
Fun
She's
fact.
a very happy girl. No reason for self-destruction. She must have been playing
Polanski
the
wanted
windows or
so
something.
much to say in the casting of
Why
this.
not? Maybe she was.
Is that her handwriting?
He literally did drawings of how he wanted the supporting cast to look,
Thank you.
Mhm.
I'll see this gets
and gave
back
them
to
to
you.
the casting director and said, find
I
people
don't
that look
believe
like
it. I
this.
just don't believe it. She was so happy.
Who's the next of kin?
Oh, she's
Another fun fact, while this movie was in production, Frank Sinatra filed for divorce because Roman Polanski's shooting schedule was so ridiculously long. It overlapped with a movie that Frank was doing that she was supposed to be in. And he basically made her choose Rosemary's Baby or my movie.
They're eating the blood of a lamb. Oh, no. Just
Blood of a moose.
Ah.
It's an undertaste. This is no dream. This is really happening.
Yeah, you're getting screwed by the devil.
Uh-huh.
Please don't read books. No pregnancy was ever exactly like the ones described in the books. And don't listen to your friends either. No two pregnancies.
He's one of the
ever
guys
right.
from Trading Places, one of the
Don't
old
rich
rich guys.
No pills.
Mortimer,
Minnie can't.
Randolph.
I'm gonna have her make a daily drink for you. That'll be
And
fun.
old people.
Doctor.
Told you, it's the satanic cult of old dick.
Great area.
We'll have an old dick one day. Well, have old boobs one day.
1966.
Yeah, but until then we don't, so let's not think about it.
Oh, fun fact.
Mm.
So she's eating raw liver, by the way.
Yes.
Mia Farrow is vegetarian. Polanski made her eat the meat. For realsies. There's also a scene,
Made her eat meat?
yeah, no less, that was actually raw liver he made her eat.
Make sure.
Oh, it's this one. So, this is literally Mia Farrow walking into actual New York City traffic. They did not, it wasn't a close the street situation like they do now. And Roman Polanski was the one carrying the camera because none of the other cameramen would do it. And he basically said, oh, nobody will hit a pregnant woman. He was a special dude.
Shit.
Now on, everything's gonna be roses. Paramount's within an inch of where we want them, and suddenly Universal's interested too.
Yeah, you're
And we're gonna
not
blow this
shitting
town.
a
We're gonna be
tear.
in the beautiful hills of Beverly with a
Serious?
pool.
Because you sold your
Spice Girl,
kid
old schmear.
for fame.
Kids too, Ro.
You motherfucker.
Pretty much.
Scouts,
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
It's been a while for you, hasn't it?
It has, and holy... Unholy shit. Like,
The contents of Adrian's diaper.
exactly. Wow. Like,
Yeah.
I'm I'm at a loss for words at the moment, so you can go ahead and start.
Well, to continue what I was saying before, when you were reading about this being this being a symbol of feminism, the only feminist portion of this is her choosing to step up and be his mom at the end. Otherwise, it is absolute detriment to feminism throughout the entire thing. It is the woman kowtowing to her husband, expected to respect his wishes. He was dictating what doctor to go to, all that kind of thing. And when she was realizing that somebody was out to get her, and she went to another doctor who was a male, of course, he was like, oh, she's just having like prepartum crazies. And so, against her wishes, called her husband and her other doctor that she was trying to get away from. So completely disrespected as a female.
So, and also to play devil's advocate, it is the 1960s.
Yes, but that's what I'm saying. It's
yes.
completely... So, like, that's why I'm saying that the only feminist part of this is her deciding to be a mom at the end.
I mean, it's something. I mean, it's probably more that I didn't really research as much.
I'm sure there's papers on it if somebody wanted to delve into it more.
Yeah. And it's probably a lot of... Because that, again, wasn't the only theme.
Mm-hmm.
That was just one of the minor themes.
Oh, no.
With the bigger aspect of it, such as Catholicism and...
Good versus evil.
Yeah, and just...
How the evil can be nice in the front.
Yeah, manipulation, basically.
Oh, yeah, and it can be wicked, behind the scenes.
I mean, the funny thing is... evil in this movie is literally wicked the entire time, even when it's nice.
Yeah.
Like, it has the annoying old lady who I literally wanted a train to be run over her. Like, God, she was just so annoying. Especially the fact when the one lady, when Rosemary, she wanted to have a party with her friends. Oh, I can help you with this. No. Oh, well, I'll just stay here. Bitch, go home. Like,
it was
just
part of the manipulation
to
keep her away from anybody that wasn't the coven.
Mm-hmm.
So she, again, that theme of separation, and as far as there really was no jump factor to it.
It wasn't supposed to.
But it definitely is a psychological thriller.
Yeah, it messed up my mind.
Yeah, where it gets into your head, and you really do kind of feel for Rosemary. Excuse me. For Rosemary, because all she wants to do is be a mom, and she's so excited. And again, nobody's listening to her that this hurts. And then,
Because literally, she was looking like Jack Skeleton.
Yeah.
In her first month or two, and I was like, wow.
Yeah.
And then it was New Year's, and then she was telling her friends, oh, I've had this pain since November. Like,
yeah.
Even a guy would be like, what?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's just crazy.
And again, like, going back to must kowtow to the husband, the fact that those women kept her husband out of the kitchen while she spoke in privately with them, and then later he's calling them nosy bitches. Mm-hmm. Because there's that whole, like, super chauvinistic, misogynistic tone there, as well as the fact that, of course, he doesn't want his plans to get messed up.
Of course, he's selfish.
Yeah.
This was around the era of John Wayne smacking around women saying, "That's enough out of you," blah, blah, blah. And every man in the theater's like, yeah! Nowadays, you see some guy do that to a woman, that guy gets punched the fuck out. Like,
exactly.
It's equal opportunity with that one.
Yeah.
But yeah, this movie kind of, it's of course, since it's pre special effect, pre craziness. It's just delving into the literal
Well, I mean, it's not pre special effect.
Let me finish.
Okay.
It's more delving into the psychological placement of horror, instead of it being a physical thing. It's more messing with your head, and the paranoia and all that other stuff. And
that was Polanski's specialty.
Yeah.
He was more into the psychological of things.
That's what I mean. Like this.
Yeah.
This is like going away from the special effect.
Yes.
Aspect of things, not like how in the 70s we got The Exorcist,
Yes.
But because in the 60s, when it came to certain horror movies, I mean, we did have some movies.
You had a lot of horror movies that still had special effects.
Yeah, of course. We still had Night of the Living Dead and stuff like that.
Yes, this was just in Psycho, and all of those were before this. But this was, again, like you said, this was the venture into artistic horror.
Right.
It was more cerebral.
Yes.
It was, you made that excellent observation earlier in the movie when she's in the basement talking to the girl.
Yeah.
That, the normal, you're hearing the sound of the washing machine and the dryers and the ambient noise and a little bit of like an undertone of music, and it drops for you to hear the crash.
And then the sound
in the storage cages, and they jump.
And then the sound slowly comes back.
And then it comes back up again.
Yeah.
And, same thing, and later on we see a similar situation when Rose is starting to hear the baby crying, and she turns everything off. She turns the TV off. She turns the air conditioner off just to try and hear.
Mm-hmm.
And then all you hear is the baby.
Right. Yeah. It's
the music.
Now the music for me was a hit and miss sometimes.
Really?
Yes, because again, delving into
they used a lot of theremin.
They really did, and I was all like, Sometimes there were certain parts of the movie where I was like, okay, I can deal with it. Other parts I'm like, why?
Why we got a theremin all the time?
Why you do this?
Why?
And like, I know like music in the 60s in movies were good. Like they had good composers, but I think I kind of feel that this movie had a hit and miss at times. But there are certain parts, like the parts where it was very suspenseful, like I'm trying to think of the one scene, because you pointed it out when you was like, oh, the music in this scene. I can't, the scene's not coming to mind, but there are certain parts where the thriller aspect of the movie had, went aligned with the music perfectly. And then there was points where they missed it. I did like the silent treatment with certain parts of the movie.
Right. I do have a question for you, though.
Okay.
For the times that you weren't jazzed about the music, though, did it make you feel discomfort in some sort of way? And like, whether it was discomforting to your ears, or you're just like, ugh.
It's not so much discomforting to the ears. It's more just, it was distasteful for the scene, for me.
What do you mean distasteful? Explain.
Distasteful as in it didn't fit.
Oh,
like I didn't feel what the music was trying to.
Disjointed, I think, is the word that you're looking for. Yeah.
But I didn't feel what the music was trying to give me.
So it was confusing.
But it wasn't confusing in a good way.
No,
for me.
I'm not saying it has to be a good way.
But
I think so I don't think you're finding my point. So my point is, I think Polanski did it on purpose. Because I think what he was hoping was to have certain points to evoke some sort of either confusion or discomfort in those moments where the music didn't fit what was happening. It's a way of playing with your viewer. Does that make sense?
Sure. Or to me, it just wasn't good. That's just me.
Right.
I like, for me.
But that's why I was asking, like, what it was making you feel.
I felt numb. I didn't feel anything.
Okay.
That's the thing.
Okay.
I didn't. And that's what, when it comes to music, even music that's like that should make me, like, even if it doesn't fit, I should feel something. And I felt nothing in certain scenes. And then I'm like, I'm not.
You're not feeling it.
Yeah, I was more terrified when it was quiet.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I was like, oh shit, what's gonna come up? What's gonna go? And then when she's peeking through the keyhole, and the way the music's going there, I was like, okay, all right. As certain people would say, in the comments, in the basic scenes in certain horror films and stuff like that. Oh, when you're looking through something and you're seeing a secret whatever, and you're hearing that music. But then there were certain scenes, like when she was having those odd dreams, and the way the music, I was feeling that, and those were kind of like eerie in a way,
right?
And I was like, it does give me that. Those scenes gave me that. This is weird.
Yeah.
Like, whoa. Like I can't really. I can't really focus on the sound much.
Right.
And I like that confusion. And then there was other parts where I'm like, why did you even compose that part? So like I said, there were certain parts that are his, certain parts that were missed.
Yeah. Is it a perfect movie? Not by any stretch of the imagination. But it is, like I said, I will give it the fact that it gets in your head. It does evoke it evokes the emotions.
The theme of the movie stays true even to this day.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, in a way, women are going through the mental state of what Rosemary is going through. So, taking out the satanic part, but they're still going.
Oh, yeah, right.
Well, yeah, we got 12 minutes because we took a lot, so let's cut it down in maybe 5 or 8
no
minutes.
Problem. So what I was saying earlier about Polanski, the only reason he really had a casting director was so he didn't have to do the legwork of actually finding the people and talking to their agents. But he had specific people in mind for Guy's part and Rosemary, which he actually ended up doing his second choices. Rock Hudson was who he wanted for Guy in the first place. But anyway, so he actually had mental pictures of how he wanted his people to look. He wanted them essentially to be caricatures that exuded certain dimensions. So he wrote those descriptions, he drew the pictures, handed them to the casting director, and was like, find me these people. And so the dimensions were on purpose. so that I think the range that comes from Rosemary really shines.
Gotcha.
So, and I feel like Mia Farrow in general has been an underrated actress because she's known for this movie, but people give her a lot of crap that she wasn't a great actress, and I really feel like she did her thing in this one very well.
Yeah, she did a really good job. I really enjoyed her in this. Even now, I get what Polanski was trying to do with the other characters. I just wish more was pulled out with them.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm not personally a fan of one-dimensional type characters, or even characters who are purposely like that, because it's almost like, to me, I mean, I'm not a filmmaker or nothing like that, but to me that feels like it's like throwaway. Mm-hmm. But in his case, it's not, because it was for a purpose, and I can completely respect that.
Yeah.
You know, but what would you give this movie?
I'd give it a 7.
Oh, okay.
Because again, I really do enjoy the cerebralness of it. I actually enjoyed the music.
Mm-hmm.
Because in those times, for me, in those times when it didn't match, it made me feel out of place. And sometimes people get uncomfortable when they feel out of place.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, and again, Mia Farrow just took you on that journey with her. I think if people want something to just watch and aren't expecting jump scares, but kind of just want it to get in their head, this is definitely the film for them.
Yes. Though also, fair warning too, for people who aren't used to it, this is a slow burn movie.
It is.
It's a very slow burn movie, and if you are a die-hard horror fan and you love psychological thrillers, this is something for you.
And it's like 2 hours and 20 minutes long, so it's a long one. Yeah,
for people who aren't into the slow burn, this won't be for you. I'm just telling you that right now. I've been recently getting into more of the horror movies, you know, all types of different versions of it, and I've seen Rosemary Baby many times in different like decades. And I do have to admit, when I was younger, I wanted no part of this movie because I was like, it's too slow, it's too long, I don't want to fucking watch it. But I did end up watching it as I got older, understanding it more. Then as I started to get into college and getting into filmmaking and stuff like that and all that, I started to be more respectful for what was being done with it. So, yeah, you heard her, 7 out of 10.
Yep.
Yes. Hope you guys enjoyed this evening's festivities with this movie. We have. It is very good to rewatch something that, even though we've both seen it, and you know, we both do enjoy it, we both still have our own thing about it.
Yeah.
But as usual, if you guys enjoyed our Saturday Night Nightmare videos, please drop a like, and please make sure you put down in the comments anything about Rosemary's Baby, any fun facts you may know, or if you have a suggestion for another movie, a horror movie that you want us to watch.
Yeah.
Also, if you're new, subscribe and share this movie with share this video with other people, you know, so you can grab them in and let them come to the dark side over here.
And of course, check the other videos out that we have done if you are new.
Yes.
And of course, some of the other fantastic content on the True Story Bro page.
Ah, that's right.
Oh God, my leg is cramping.
Don't sit that way. And well, other than that, just one more thing. Make sure you keep it real.
And keep it spooky.
But as always, we are going to keep it
real
spooky. See you guys next week.
Good night, everybody.
Peace!